AI isn't slowing down, and today we're breaking down 3 monster AI stocks that could explode in the second half of the year. We'll look at the technicals and the company's financials and why the smart money is watching closely. Now, let's begin with the leader, and that is ASML, the brains behind the AI chips. As you guys see here on my screen, we are seeing the intense upside revenue. I really like this trend, showing that they are not only increasing their clients, but also they're becoming profitable more extensively because their operating income has been increasing quite well, and their overall net profitability as well increasing. If you look now at their overall cash flow statement, I really like in here that their pretty much operating cash flow saw a big spike, really big spike. Obviously their investing cash flow is negative because they're really spending on R&D and the development here of their future business here, but I'm liking this nice, look at this, pretty much $11.2 billion in operating cash flow. So let's look at the technicals here of ASML and why the stock is looking bullish. So we have earnings here on July 16th. Their earnings estimate is $6 here, around there, and the revenue estimate is $8.75 billion, which I expect them to beat absolutely. We've been seeing the stock been bought up heavily since the April lows here, where we pretty much saw really negative sentiment here on overall AI stocks and the overall market, but we've been seeing nice upside momentum. What I really like here about this name is that we're well above the 50 EMA. We're also above the 200 EMA, showing that those institutional buyers are now within the money. We're also seeing that the stock is well above its overall swing high anchored VWAP from this high, because as you guys know, we were pretty much in a nice upward trend until something happened here on their earnings. We totally reversed, started a downward trend, and now we're above that, showing that these sellers that came in here at these average prices where we saw these rejections are now on average here, you guys can see here now, right, they're on average now losing money, which what I pretty much like here if we're looking to go long. And now the stock is holding above those key indicators. So I have price targets here on ASML towards $872 and $954 right here towards the upside. I'm really bullish on this name. I expect further AI demand growth, especially now with agentic AI and AMD seeing now this extra increase in their overall market share. So I'm really looking bullish on this name here on ASML, and I firmly believe that they can be on their earnings. So if you're looking to play this name, feel free to do so, and that's pretty much a good name there to buy. Now the next name here is going to be Amazon. You guys know I've been really bullish on this name ever since the break of $200, and slowly Amazon is quietly turning into a top AI infrastructure play, not just retail, and you guys can clearly see this based off the revenue. You guys been seeing intense upside growth. Look at that intense upside growth from the revenue, showing that they're also getting clients from obviously their multiple areas of businesses, right? Not just retail. You guys see the operating income saw pretty much of a dip here in the beginning of 2021, obviously, but now intense upside, and they're more profitable than ever, showing that they're also becoming pretty efficient at reducing their cost, and also the net income. They're pretty much the most profitable they've ever been. And what I'm really bullish on AWS here is because they're really, Amazon is heavily spending on that, right? It's the future of the company. They're also looking to replace humans with robots, and they're also doing that within the factories as well. I believe that they can rent out their overall training here of the robots here. So other retailers like Walmart or Costco can slowly start as well to replace their workers and just make overall efficiency better within their warehouses here. So looking at now, their cash flow. Their operating cash flow has been on a nice upward momentum, nice upward streak. Obviously, their investing cash flow is down because, like I said, they're investing heavily on the AWS, which is the future of the business, not just retail or logistics. Is going to be the future of the business here. So now let's move on towards the technicals and why we're looking really bullish on Amazon and towards our future price targets here of the company. So we are on a daily chart. The stock is now well above its 50 EMA and 200, and we actually, had this as resistance when we had this sharp downward move, but as you guys can see, we gapped up above it, and actually we pulled back towards this important confluence zone where the 50 meets the 200, and that's where we found buyers. And now we're going towards upside. We've been forming a nice formation of higher highs and higher lows. This nice uptrend, you guys can see this kind of broke a little bit, but we actually found buyers again at this buying opportunity towards the 50 EMA, and the buyers didn't really wait for the 50 EMA exactly to touch, so it just shows that they've been increasing their demand We're also above the swing high anchored VWAP because, as you guys know, prior to that, we were in a nice upward trend, but now we started pretty much showing toward the downside. We reversed that, so now the longs are in the money. Average price here of $200 here. That's why the 200 break was so important. And I see price targets of Amazon towards $242. I firmly believe the company can, see that increases in revenue and EPS and overall challenge the all-time highs here of 242. And my final price target towards Amazon is going to be here towards a $292 level. This is obviously based off of Fibonacci's and the retracements, but I'm really looking bullish on this name. And as you guys know, Amazon is one of the best plays in the name. Now for the third and final name, it's going to be Google. You guys know that this name has been exponentially criticized here due to the fact that they're facing competition supposedly from OpenAI, but I really don't see it that way. Let's take a little look at their financials here. So we're saying that overall, the thesis that OpenAI is overall gaining market share, but that's not true. Just look at the revenues here on Alphabet. Seeing increase in revenue, and they're also seeing pretty much increase in operating income, showing that they're becoming more profitable, and they're also reducing their expenses. Net income as well, they're the most profitable they've ever been. And looking at their cash flow statement here, looking at that, their operating cash flow, amazing. Look at this quick intense upside right there. Look at that. Obviously investing cash flow is down because they're really spending in these Gemini models as well. And I believe that the bullish case here is that Google will use all this access that they have, all these websites being a very primary search engine, and they will use AI to train it and also as well enhance pretty much the search experience here for the user. We're also seeing the development of AI mode, which is not only going to increase the overall search, but also going to have a better outcome here for the user. So I'm really bullish on this name on the longer term. You guys know that here. And now looking at the chart and why I'm bullish on this company is because we've been seeing a nice movement here from the 50 EMA. So looking at this right here, you guys see I'm on a daily chart here of Alphabet, and we are well above the swing anchored VWAP now, so the buyers are fully in control. We're also above the 50 EMA at 200, and when the stock dipped at this level, I was closely watching it because they had we were looking at this confluence zone here, and we found support. Buyers came in, bid the stock, and now we're up towards upside and pretty much going towards the all-time high. So here the name, I'd like to get in maybe towards a pullback of 173 if it does decide to pull back a little bit more, or just get in here at a break of 183, which is a very important psychological level. I have price targets here on Alphabet towards the upside of $206. I firmly believe the overall stock can break above the all-time highs here at 206, and the other price target is going to be $246, obviously, because I believe the #1 AI play, especially in cloud, that is going to be very, very benefited here from search. And they're also, they are facing competition from OpenAI, but I believe that Google is going to use its AI properly and is going to pretty much have a new type of search innovation here. So if Google is already in your pocket, your browser, and in your search, it's now going to be your AI assistant here. So I'm looking really bullish on that. There you go. ASML, Amazon, and Google. 3 fundamentally strong, technically bullish AI stocks that you should definitely be looking out for. Well, if you want more setups like this, feel free to subscribe to the Other Markets newsletter. And if you like this video, give it a like, comment down below where you're watching next, and subscribe on the video. As always, don't let the markets whip you guys out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.